We're gonna give you guys an entirely done-for-you warm-up to try to simplify the process of getting amazing clients like my girl Erin here ready, prepped, and primed for their training session. And if you guys have seen some of our other videos, we've gone through our prep and prime methodology. If not, there's gonna be a link below for you guys to check out. But we're gonna get you through all of this to make sure that you're ready for a full body training session. So we're going through a full body warm-up routine, and I like to start my clients, beautiful Erin here, from the ground for a couple of reasons. For one, it's great for some of the moves and getting some more joint by joint mobility that we're gonna go through, but also we just got the time to connect. Hey, how you doing? Maybe she's got off work, whatever it is. She's laughing, but truthfully, this goes a long way. So the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna adjust the spine. So I want you to go hands down, right under your shoulders, Erin, and we're gonna go through a little cat-cow. Big exhale, round the upper back to the ceiling, and then arch the low back and look up. Good. We're gonna take our time here. So if you guys are doing this, normally I go for, let's call it 30 seconds, maybe 6 to 10 repetitions. The real key here is that we're just getting this whole spine, getting through some flexion extension. All right, almost for every single client, this is gonna feel great. So as you guys are trying to get them into the workout, we don't need to jump right into the intensity. We wanna do some good for you work so they get some positive associations with training. How you feeling there, Erin? Good? Love it. So we're gonna stop there. Again, she got a couple good repetitions in. Now we're gonna go into a little thoracic spine rotation. A couple of keys here. So we don't get movement in the low back. What I'm gonna have Erin do is I'm gonna have her relax her feet. She's gonna sit back to her heels, right? That's gonna help lock in that low back. One hand's gonna be right under the chin, other hand on the ear, and she's just gonna bring that elbow down to her hand and then rotate all the way up high. Take your time all the way down and then looking up to the ceiling, all right? And this is one we're gonna wanna watch for, right? If we wanna get picky, we wanna make sure she's not moving too much in the low back. That's why we sit back to the heels. And then cueing them to be active with this down hand. So you're really pushing through the ground and looking up to the ceiling, right? Most people, they'll kind of just stay down here, encourage them to look up top. And you can go ahead and switch sides, Erin. Again, whether you guys go through for reps or for time, obviously we don't want her walking around lopsided doing 10 on one side and 5 on the other. But just the idea is now we're trying to get some rotation. This is a movement that not a lot of people do. So even 5 or 6 reps on each side, literally every day, will go a long way for most people. And good right there. How's that feel? Feel pretty good? So we're gonna kind of do the same thing now for the hips, all right? So we're gonna go ahead and take a seat back on the caboose. And there are a ton of variations of 90-90s. We're gonna go with a more simple version for you guys, especially if this is new. So what I want Erin to do, just to make sure we're not dumping in the spine, is I want her to sit up nice and tall, place those hands right back behind her shoulders, and then we're just gonna take our time and windshield wiper those knees down. Good. Nice and easy back and forth. And what we're looking for here with the 90-90 is that we wanna try to get her in a position where we've got approximate 90-degree angles here. Go ahead and go to the other side. For some clients, this one might be really tight, right? If they have really tight hips, you might need to sit them up on top of a pad to make room and motion. And even for Erin too, Erin, walk your hands in a little closer to your body. Good, because as you are more upright, you're gonna feel a little bit more in those hips as well. We're just getting some good internal external rotation. Whether you're doing squats, lunges, whatever lower body work you've got going on in your session, this one's gonna feel good, and hopefully it's gonna translate into deeper positions as well. Awesome, so Erin, go ahead and lie to your back now here. So we went through and got some motion in the hips. Now we're gonna go ahead on this one, we're gonna go through and do a little isometric glute bridge. And we're gonna go single leg because she's a badass, right? So one leg up in the air. We're gonna bend this knee just so we keep it out of the picture. And then I just want you to hold that position. That's it, right? So this isometric exercises in our warm-up, guys, are great for a lot of reasons. If we're trying to get some glute activity, which guys, I already see a little shake and I'm real happy about it. It's sending signals to those glutes. And it also allows me to kind of take the time to teach the position. She's got a good 90-degree angle here at the knee, and we're activating those glutes. Switch sides. Nice job. I'm telling you, 30 seconds of this single leg is plenty enough. And I love it too because there's actually a lot of good research on activation with isometric exercises. So if I'm gonna go do some heavier leg training, just doing this isometric glute bridge, it's just sending signals to those glutes saying, hey, wake up, I'm here, let's fire up. How you feeling there? Yeah, she's smiling. 3, 2, 1, and good. Nice job. And then last thing we're gonna do, we're gonna transition. This is the end of what we call our prep, right? Kind of preparing the body with more isolated stuff. Flip over to your front side, and you can be here on the mat. Some people call it a walk out. I'm gonna call it a walk up because that's what we're doing. She's just gonna come to a plank position and just take your time through the hands. Try to keep the legs as straight as you can. Walk it up, stand all the way up top, and nice and easy right back down. And if you've got clients that are a little bit tighter, it's okay if they bend their knees here at the bottom to get there. But usually I'm just gonna do a couple of these. And obviously we're getting some range of motion in the backside, hamstrings, but what I also like is we're also getting some warm up for the shoulders, right? Her shoulder blades are having to move around the rib cage a little bit. We're activating shoulders, core. There's a lot more going on here than meets the eye. And boom, we're looking good. So now that we've finished up, guys, that was quick, but that was our prep work, right? Some isolated mobility, maybe a little bit of activation, and now it's time to turn up the juice. So now we want to get a little bit more motion here. A common tight area for a lot of people, those inner thighs. So we're gonna have Erin just set up in a kind of a lateral lunge position. I call it the Jean-Claude Van Damme. I don't know if anyone remembers him, but working on her flexibility. Just lateral lunge. Take your time, sit the hips back, hands out in front, and then nice and easy right back up to the top, and then same thing to the opposite side. There's a lot of lateral lunge variations we could do, but especially if I'm just working on opening the hips up, I like the static, allows us to kind of work on the position. Erin's obviously an exercise model. She's been through the academy. She's a rock star, so she knows her toes should be kind of forward here. We'll go one more, and good, nice job. Again, same thing, 5 to 10 reps per side, go for time, just get enough good quality movement in that you see it start to open the body. Back on we go, and now I'm gonna have Erin go through a single arm press. And we're only doing one set. We did one set of our little lateral lunge. We're doing one set here because the real key is we're getting a little bit of like active flexibility in the hip flexors. We're getting core activation. She's gotta fire up her balance and stability a little bit, so bands are a great tool. And we're just gonna go for a nice slow controlled 10. Stay lean forward, keep that core engaged, and then we'll switch sides. 10 on each side. Getting a little bit of pushing here. Shoulders, chest, triceps, but if you guys really do these single arm band presses, you're gonna feel a lot of core, right? Great opportunity to get our clients working some core from a standing position. Hopefully that's gonna translate well into the next series of exercises. There you go. Nice good exhale here. Taking our time. We're only doing one set of it, so quality over quantity here. Just shooting for 10. We'll see how good at counting Erin is, because obviously I'm a trainer, so I don't count. Switching sides, same thing to the opposite, right? If they ask you how many's left, it's always 3, right? You got 3 left. Good. Nice split stance, same idea. Coming out in front, making sure that it's lined up with Erin's arm and shoulder, and she's doing a great job of keeping this back heel off the ground. This is a small detail that a lot of people miss, but this is gonna be the key for you guys, making sure you're getting some balance, some stability, some core, some phase 1 stabilization work here inside of this prep and prime. Good, nice job. So now this marks where we're gonna transition. Oftentimes, if you're doing a great job with this stuff, they don't know, your client doesn't know where does the warm up end and where does the workout start. So we're gonna end up going through at least 2 rounds of this next little sequence. We're gonna actually start with the bands again. We did a little bit of pushing. Now we're gonna go into a split stance, and the key here for you guys too, drop down into what feels like an isometric lunge. That's what I'm looking for while we go into a single arm row. It's literally the opposite of what we just did, but this is a great one for us. So yeah, take your time. We'll see if she can count to 10 again, right? How qualified she is. But we are looking for depth on this lunge, right? This is a great way if we're gonna be doing some lower body training inside of our full body workout, we're getting some of this isometric work, just like we did with our single leg bridge, but it's a lot more active. It's also a good opportunity for us to tie together the lats and the glutes, which are gonna play a role in the next power jump exercise that we do. How those legs feeling? Lovely, love it. Yeah, for a lot of people, it's totally gonna take their mind off the row. They're not even gonna feel the back. They're like, Joe, my legs are burning right now. And that's great. This is gonna help start to get the body temperature up. We wanna get closer to the level of intensity that we're gonna be doing in our strength training exercises. And if you're new to these types of things or your clients are new exercises, this is gonna feel like work, right? But in our minds, it's high quality work that fits into kind of almost a skill portion of our dynamic warm-up. Really bridges the gap between this and the resistance training that we're gonna get into next. Next up is our power exercise. We're gonna do a lower level box jump, only 6 repetitions, but if you don't have a box or it's a client who can't do box jumps, that's fine. We're just looking for some type of power and plyometrics. So what Erin's gonna beautifully demonstrate for us is 6. She's gonna use her hands, load the hips. We're gonna have Again, not max level, but a little bit of power, jumping up onto the box, soft landing, and then stepping right back off. We got 6 of them. Here we go. Oh, look at that. And that's what I'm looking for. I want to hear, can I hear her land? Or does she land like a ninja? All right. There we go. You're on camera here, Erin. Let's make them look good. Yeah. And she's doing a great job of just absorbing that shock. We're not rushing in between reps. We just want some high quality here. Get the neurological system really fired up. And here we go. 6, boom, perfect. Obviously, counting wise, we might struggle. Final one, guys. We're gonna go into a little lateral plank. The idea is we wanna start to have this feel like a circuit. Obviously, first time through, we're teaching it. Second time through, we're gonna flow a little bit faster. But we wanna do an exercise here, great for core stability, but one that's not gonna fatigue her from some of the other exercises we just did. So we're gonna do a lateral plank, often untrained part of the body, bottom knees bent, hips up nice and high, and we're just gonna hold this. Normally we'll do about 30 seconds. I'm just gonna make her do about 15 for you guys on the video. So pop right in here. We wanna go elbow, what feels right underneath of the shoulder. Good. Bottom knee is bent, top leg is straight, and just pushing those hips up off the ground. The great thing about this version, guys, that I like the bent knee, is because the knee's bent, you have a little bit more leverage to use the hip. And so we're getting some good isometrics in that whole lateral subsystem, your glute medius, your obliques. And I actually find you feel your obliques even more in this version than with the longer legs. Perfect. We'll go ahead and switch sides. I'll bring the mat over here. And one thing that I also like to think about, guys, with your dynamic warm-ups is the efficiency of your flow, right? Everything that we've done has been, for the most part, centrally located right here. Anything else that I needed, bands, plyometric box, are close by. So we don't have to spend time going back and forth across the gym, but we can focus on the high quality exercises that we're doing. All right, 3, 2, 1, and good. Nice job. And just to show you guys, we're gonna go back through this a second time. I like the idea of doing these circuits 2 or 3 times based upon your client. We're gonna turn our band up a little bit. Single arm row here. We call that job security, guys, making sure that I know what she's doing even if she doesn't. Split stance, pulling all the way tight to the body, slow back out. Good. So you guys can see, we can progress within this as well. We did an orange band on the first set. Obviously her body's a little bit more prepared for work, so we took it up to a yellow band. You could do this with a cable as well if you don't have access to these types of bands. But the idea is isometric lunge, nice tight pull. And this gives us a chance to start to look at things like the shoulders, or the shoulders staying down away from the ears. There we go. And how are you feeling? You're starting to feel more warm? Maybe there's like some hidden sweat somewhere. That's usually what I want, right? We want some brow sweat. Switch sides. There we go, nice job. And she's doing a great job. What you'll see for a lot of clients is they're gonna creep up out of this position. Obviously everyone's depth is gonna look different, but I wanna have them try to hold a good position on that front leg, somewhere around 90 degrees as we do these 10. Love it. And I'm already getting ready for her and for her next exercise. That way we can transition right into those plyometric jumps. Better make sure that knee's not on the ground. Yeah, there we go.
It wasn't though.
Everybody needs a coach, guys. And awesome, there it is. I'm gonna push this back in. We got 6. Again, soft landing. Good, stepping down. There you go, nice job. Try to get those feet right in line with each other. And the idea, we want to take time, especially in the warm-up, get good stabilization jump. We can kind of check out and see, like, where are my feet landing? But we're getting some of those fast twitch muscle fibers fired up for everything else we got coming. There we go, nice job. Awesome. Let's go ahead and pull our mat back in. Final set. And because we're having fun here, guys, she doesn't know this is coming, we're gonna give her another variation here, right? This is what I like about doing 2 or 3 times through a circuit. You can kind of progress. Obviously, we could keep Erin here, but I know Erin's a hard charger, so we're gonna give her the Dirty Mermaid, all right? I don't know if I made the exercise up. Hips up high, and now we're more active. We did isometric the first time. Now we're gonna still engage those same muscles, but there's gonna be a bigger demand on the body. Let's see how Erin does. Yeah. So, yep, we want to get there. You're going to drive through the elbow, separate the feet and the knee. Yep, feet too. And then dropping all the way back down, and then all the way back up high. That's it. Good. And she's doing a good job of kind of pushing the hips forward. So she's getting full extension on that right hip. And I'm going to be nice. I'm only going to make her do 1 more. And switch sides. That feel a little harder?
A little bit.
A little bit. She's trying to pretend like it wasn't. It's fine. There we go, nice job. Same idea. Yep, pushing through that hip. Good, nice job, there you go. Coming all the way up top, boom. So we're getting a little bit of abduction on both hips. We're getting some core activation there in that lateral subsystem. And let's go one more just for fun. And good, right there. Now tell me, Aaron, how do you feel overall? Do you feel warmed up? Yeah, fired up. I like that word. And that's really the goal, guys. You guys will see at the end of this video, just a slide you guys can literally just screenshot and steal. Take this and make it your own, but hopefully this helped you guys better understand the flow of a good dynamic warm-up. In real time, this is gonna be something that takes us 8 to 10, maybe 8 to 12 minutes, and really flows right into the bulk of our workout.